Welcome everybody to this wonderful field trip. We're outside of our normal classroom, but it's just as bloody and sandy as we love. We're in the canyon today to talk about how to use your surroundings to your advantage. Because in any kind of fight, if you don't utilize your terrain, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. And sadly, we can't really work on that in the classroom because the classroom's nice, level, tight, not a whole lot of terrain going on. There are some situational like traps, like the spikes on the walls and whatnot, but there's not really any verticality, no narrow passageways. So we're working with that today on our field trip. There are three locations that I really want to mention today. The first one are bridges. The second one is dead ends. And the third one is corners. And we're going to start with the bridges. So any type of fight on a bridge, it's all going to be about narrowing down your opponent's advance, making sure that your opponents are cramming into a bottleneck that you can hold with only a few men. Thermopylae was a great example of this, with the 300 Spartans using their inferior numbers to bottleneck the superior numbers of the Persians at the hot gates of Thermopylae. Other famous stories is the Berserker on the bridge. It was like one man who managed to hold a bridge against so many Englishmen that eventually they were able to just walk on the bodies that had fallen in the water to cross the river. It was crazy. I don't remember where. I just remember that it was a famous tale. There's all sorts of it. Like any kind of castle is going to have a drawbridge over a moat, and there's a reason for that. You see it all the time. Any kind of heavily defended castle. The reason for that moat and drawbridge is so that even if the drawbridge is dropped, the enemy is still on a bridge. They're still on a limited surface trying to get across the water. This place has a few bridges. We've got a good one here, a much smaller one down there. We got this one over here that's kind of built into this canyon side here. And honestly, that's my favorite of the bridges. And we'll go into that here in a minute. So first, I'm going to talk about this bridge here. It's open from both ends. With places to spawn on both sides of you. It also has these zip lines crisscrossing it. Yep. So you could nope out if need be. I don't need be, but so this is an okay position. The only downside is you're still being attacked on both sides. If there were two of me, say I had a buddy of mine with me, this wouldn't be so bad. One of us could hold one side, the other could hold the other side, and we'd be able to take on a good number of opponents. The bridge is a little wide, easily allowing for like 1, 2, 3, 4 people, probably, to march down it. But only about 2 people could swing weapons, like sideways, like swing on this bridge without being tripped up on each other, because then they'd be hitting each other. That's why the Spartans in their stop at Thermopylae was so famous, because they used spears, which... when using a spear, you only need the forward and back. You don't need sideways motion. So, you're able to put 4 people here with big old shields, and you're able to lock this bridge down, and, you just got to keep poking. Meanwhile, if they've got swords or axes, they've got to swing down at us. We could block and then hit them while they're exposed. We could have shields above us trying to stop them. It's a whole situational situation. That bridge down there is a lot tighter. We're gonna head down there now. Hey, up. Wee. Are you kidding me? Woo. Oh, thank God. Woo. So this bridge is a lot tighter, and while it does have a spawner on both sides, much like that bridge, I could easily see somebody blocking off this area here with a couple barrels or crates, so that way the enemy can't come down it, and your enemy's going to have to go all the way around to come down and at you. There's not really a lot of straight shots, except in front of me and up there on the bridge where like mages and archers could take a shot at you. And because you're down here, you're naturally at a disadvantage shooting up at them. So not really a good place if you're fighting like ranged units, but a wonderful place because this bridge is smaller, so I think you could only fit maybe 2-3 people on this bridge. Has high sides to it, which would prevent them from like swinging low at you. That spawner though, that's the nasty bit right there, because If you blocked off this side, anyone who spawned here would have to go all the way around. The only real downside to this bridge is there's nowhere that you can nope out to, because it's at the bottom of all the zip lines. So there's nowhere to go from there except having to fight uphill. And we've talked about fighting uphill. One-on-one, you actually want to be lower because then they have to duck their whole body to kind of block at you. Well, you just got to raise your shield. My personal favorite bridge to fight on is this one up here, because you're the highest point on the map, essentially. Let's see if I could just jump that. Whoop. There we go. You're the highest point on the map, meaning that nobody has good cover from you if you're a ranged fighter. If I had a bow here, I can shoot down at people on that bridge as they're spawning. I can shoot people over there. I can shoot people on those ends there, that spawner. I have a straight line of shot to that spawner. Now, you might notice here in the dark, I've built a barricade. Now, you're thinking, well, Jake, why'd you build it all the way over there? You know, why not build it at the end of your bridge? This takes us to our second point, which is, you know, dead ends. If you're at a dead end and you've got nowhere to go, then one, hey, nobody can get behind you, right? You know, they can't attack you from behind. But two, you've got nowhere to go. So any type of dead end, you always want to have some sort of escape route that's like just for you. The AI isn't smart enough to use these zip lines. So if I wanted to, I could easily escape using the zip line. I just have to push to the end of the bridge, and I can zing myself down to that bridge down there, go up and over there. Now, that one over there is another dead end with a wonderful zip line placed really close to the actual dead end, plus you can just hop the canyon. The only downside over there is that it has no railing, and the ground's a lot wider. I think it's like 8 people across. I just know I fought 4 people at once on that end, and none of them were smacking each other. You really got to watch out. Plus, with no railing, I've got no cover from arrows. Right now, if say I've got a wizard over there firing at me, I can kind of step back here to the other end of the bridge, and there's a chance that fireballs will hit the bridge, and you know, no one down there can now reach me because I'm all the way over here. That railing blocks them. Over there, I don't have any kind of railing like that. Now, granted, this isn't the greatest railing. It's a very short railing, but it has these little bumps here that I could duck behind. Which also, another reason I like this, it takes us to our third point, which is corners. Anytime you're fighting a ranged unit, you want corners to your advantage. Say I'm over here, right, and they're firing at me from over there. I can duck into this corner, and now if they want a straight shot, they're gonna have to go over there or over there. But I can keep ducking into this corner. Oh no, I'm ripping apart my barricade. It's a shitty barricade. It's okay. It'll still do the trick. They're not going to be able to step over that. They're idiots. So, and then I could jump my barricade, and then anyone who has a straight shot on me now is going to have to go all the way around to here to get a straight shot on me. So by playing around with corners, you can kind of force archers to get within, you know, grabbing distance, and you can just strangle the life out of them because, you know, they suck. So we're going to start out with a melee only fight where I'm going to show why you want a narrow passageway. And no, I'm not going to be doing it one-on-one like we do in our little classroom. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to select bandits because they got a bit more armor to them. They're not going to go down as easy, which is something I want. Plus, oh, see, he spawned right there, and he has to go around now because I'm on the other end of my barricade. Now, granted, this would not stop real people. They'd probably just kick that shit over and come at you anyways. But, see, them and their buddies have to come all the way to me now. And I can lock this bridge down with my spear and my nice tower shield here, which, again, covers a large portion of my body. And see, I can push them back with superior reach. Oh, he took my spear from me. They're pushing in on me. Chase him down. Alright, I've got him coming. See, they gotta come at me on this narrow walkway, and because my shield's so large, I can kind of keep them in front of me. And they can't really hit me, because they can't really flank me too well. Got him. I missed 3 times. There we go. See, they keep pushing in really hard, and some wonky physics here making it hard to get that good stab. But see how they have to keep backing up if they don't want to get hit? And with that, I've already got all my bridge. I've got all my bridge back. Oh, see, they're going low. Thankfully, they missed. But I'm just pushing them back to the end of the bridge. And now I've got all this room to retreat if I need to. So they've got to push me back now. Yeah, see, now I'm landing my thrusts. And even should I need to peace out, I can just peace out on my zip line. I mean, you see how easy it is to drive them back. It'd be no problem at all to get back to my zip line and get out of here. Yep, see, this spear now I was landing my thrust there at the end. And I was just dropping bodies. I mean, their weapon choice isn't terrible. I mean, I really don't get the point of that sword, why it's called the Master's Sword. Just seems stupidly ornate to me. I don't like the handguard either, but things like the falchions and whatnot, not bad choices here, you know. You're not going to be able to cleave through my shield with one of these, but if you manage to catch one of my limbs, that's definitely going to, you know, take it off. Now I'm gonna show you guys why you want the corners. Why I sunk my barricades so far back by inviting a few mages and archers to join the fight. So I need to go over here, and I need to hop my... Whoop. Okay, barricade's still intact. So the only time I'm really in trouble is if a mage or an archer spawns right there, because my barricade ain't exactly perfect. You know, it's not high enough to stop archers. I've tried to stack it higher, but it's really difficult getting all the materials. So if I just take a hit in the back, I'll know. Oh, see, he hit her on the way down. There we go. Check behind me. No archers. Whoa! Fireball. Fireball from somewhere. Ah! From you. Whoa! I didn't even see him. Oh, he hit me. And see, again, that's why I want this corner here. I can sink into this corner and force those mages to have to be at the other end of the bridge to throw fire at me. Which gives me a pretty big advantage, because my shield is massive. I'm trying to block the fireball back at them, but I'm doing terribly. I keep missing. But yeah, this shield is just stopping everything. Oh, there's two wizards. Boop. Boop. And see, then I push the advance. It's a ton of wizards. And then I sink back into my hole. There's an archer. And see, they're pushing up really close on me so that they can get a clear shot. Then I pop out. What? How did he not die? Whoa, my shield. Second weapon. You're supposed to be dead. Store my second weapon. Get shield back. Thank God for shield. And push the advance. Big shield for the win. Take it back. And then duck back into my hole. Oh, tracking, why? Block it! Check for archers. We're good. Ooh, that second one was nasty. I like this spear. Not as much as my dory, but I like it. Has a really good pen to it. Not a lot stopping it from just going right in. A good solid thrust is all you really need, and it just drops them. Oh, incoming fire. Hey, the wall saved me. Duck back into my little hovel here and force that wizard to come up here and fight me. See, there he is. You can see the top of his head right there. He's just waiting. He's just waiting for a clear shot. And now that he's lost sight of me, I'm going to push the advance. So that way, by the time he gets to the top of the hill, I'm already here, bitch. Oh, he clipped my arm. Alright. So there you have it. By backing myself into a corner, which I can escape from. By the way, I can hop the barricade while they can't. I'm able to take on a significantly larger number of opponents with significantly better firepower. And I mean that as both a pun and, oh my god, and literally. Oh, that's going to take a while to heal. Oh, that's nasty. Anywho, so it's going to take a while for them to push the advance on me and get across this bridge, especially if they're spawning over there. But because I got superior firepower, I can't stand out in the open. All right, all I've got on me for a ranged weapon is this. And, you know, I mean, if I slow time, I could throw them a bit further, but that's nothing compared to the fireballs that they were launching at me. And my tracking is terrible with bows, so there's no way I'd be able to, you know, land a shot on one of them down there. So I'm like, you know, I'm gonna back myself into a corner where they don't have a shot on me. And as they're advancing, as they're coming around that corner there, once they're in this area, if I lean over here, you can kind of see it. Those stairs there, once they're on that ramp there, they're blind to me. They don't know now that I'm pushing the advance and that I'm going to meet them on the other end. But say there's like way too many over there. You know, it is a wall of arrows and death, and I don't trust my shield. Say I'm at the last of my health. I can hop my barricade and duck myself into this corner. All I got to worry about is people spawning there and people walking up on me here. Which, if I put my shield here, you know, with the rock and everything else, hunkered down a little, I'm protected from anything coming that direction, and I've got a clean line of sight here for my spear, you know? Say I have like a crossbow or something. I could holster, please. Thank you. Yes. There we go. I could aim my crossbow at this wall. You know, this tower shield, you know, granted, it can't stand on its own, but if it was a Pavis, that'd be perfect. I actually looked for a Pavis mod. I looked for a Pavis mod to give myself like a true one that I could just stick into the ground. And sadly, I couldn't find it. They just don't make it. And I'm shit at modding, so if anybody who watches this is any good at modding, take a tower shield, 2 spikes on the bottom to thunk it into the ground, and a crossbow, man. You've got yourself a guy who's going to endorse that shit to the end of days. Anywho, so yeah, that's about using your environment to your advantage, and that was today's lesson. I'm glad that you guys all came to watch. Had a lovely day today. It's a lovely day for it. As you can see, sun's out, birds are chirping, which is the complete opposite of how it is outside my actual window, which is stormy, rainy, and terrible. So, yeah. I'll see you guys all in the classroom for the next one, which will be about using weapons to take on multiple opponents. What weapons you want to fight multiple opponents. All right, so class dismissed.